What's up, YouTube? Nick the 14 here. I brought you today a deck profile of Gladiator Beasts. Well, it is a September 2013 ban list, and as we know, so many good cards got hit, and it was really hard to edit this deck, but surprisingly, they are consistent. I mean, I played a couple of friends with them. They're pretty good, actually, but I have to get used to it because, I mean, so many good cards are just out, and it just really slows down many of the decks, so let's get to the list. So first off, three Laquari basically because I mean he's basically the main Gladiator beast of the deck. 21, bring him up to that, which is it's pretty good, you know. It's basically why I run three. Secondly, two Darius. Darius, he's just really good, you know. Special summon. Basically, he's gonna be like your Reborn now in the deck because Monster Reborn got hit and so many other cards like Pot of Avarice too. So basically, you're gonna have to rely on these to get your cards back. Next, Tui Quest. Basically, Tui Quest. I mean, he adds your Gladiator cards, monsters, your Gladiator chariots, any Glad card back to your hand. So he works out great. I mean, just spectacular. Bestiary. Well, you know, one. They were talking about bringing him to 2 in this ban list, but they never did. So yeah, he's one still. Next, Octavius. People are like, why Octavius? Okay, Octavius actually can get through many good exceeds, monsters, etc. that are under 25. There's, for example, there's a lot of good Evil Swarm exceeds out there that are less than 25 besides Ophion, so he can get over those and many other guys as well. So that's why I run one Octavius. Next, one Murmillo. Murmillo, you know, it blows up the monsters. Anyone gets past Ophion, you know, anyone basically. Next, one Rediari. Rediari, you know, banish the cards from the graveyard. I mean, he can save you so many times. Next, one Hoplimus. Hoplimus, you know, he's like basically your defensive guy, and yeah, that's basically what he does, you know. And so that was the Gladiator Beast monsters. Onto the non-Gladiator Beast monsters. So I run 3 Test Tiger. You know why 3 Test Tiger. Test Tiger is like way too good, and if you do a dead draw on like a Gladiator like Murmillo, just normal summon it and special summon this, and like yeah, it can save you pretty much. Next, one Thunder King. Yes, Thunder King got hit. I mean, it is a good card, but I don't think it should have got hit to 1. But yeah, so I don't think it slows this deck down too much running one Thunder King. It's still really good. Like, you can stop many summons still, but yeah, I think I mean, it's okay that he's at 1, but, you know, whatever. And lastly, for the monster lineup, 2 Prisma. People are wondering why you're running Prisma. It's 2013. Well, they banned too many cards, and like it seems like Yu-Gi-Oh! They banned the ban list is starting to get based off of skill, you know, because of all these cards. So I'm running 2 Prisma, but basically just to make the fusion summoning quicker, and that's basically what he's for, you know. I mean, just make him whoever you want and just go from there, you know. That's basically what he's for, I guess you can say. Next, for the spells, I run 2 Tenki. Yes, Tenki got hit. I basically use Tenki to get my Darius or my Laquaris to my hand fast as possible, and he does make them gain attack too, so that's basically why I run 2 Fire Formation Tenki. Next, 2 MST. I was thinking about running 3, but I was like, you know what? I'll side deck the third one just because of some you know cards. I mean, Heavy Storm's banned now, you know, so it's like, yeah, you must run MST now. I never used to, but yeah, I do now. Well, actually, I only ran 1, but next, 2 Smashing Ground. Okay, people also ask me this, why Smashing Ground? Well, Smashing Ground can get through a lot of good cards. You know, attack 1, oh, you can't kill the last guy on the field if he's like Ophion or something, activate a Smashing Ground, you know. It actually comes in handy. It's like a, you could say it's almost like a mini Dark Hole, I guess you can say, but, you know, it's okay. Next, Seeking Dark Hole. I run 1 Dark Hole. Well, we all know why. Dark Hole's just really good. Next, 1 Gladiator Proving Ground, you know, to add a Gladiator that I need to my hand. Next, 1 Enemy Controller. Okay, Enemy Controller, I run this now because he can stop some attacks, you know, and it can't come in handy. And, you know, you could also maybe take control of a monster, and you can do whatever you want with it, so it can come in handy. And then I run 1 Book of Moon. It's Book of Moon. I mean, it saves so many plays. And lastly, for the spell lineup, I want one Gladiator's Return. Basically, why I run Gladiator's Return is because Pot of Avarice is banned, so this is basically my Pot of Avarice, so that's why I run that. Traps. Traps, I run 2 Chariot. Chariot is way too good. You must run at least 2. I would run 3 if I'm playing Evil Swarms or something like that. Nextly, I run 2 Defensive Tactics. Defensive Tactics comes in handy, you know. You can pull off the effects of the Glads and all that, so it's really, really good. Wabaku, same reason, you know. 1 Bottomless. Bottomless, you know. I don't think this card should have gotten hit. I mean, we're already running down to so many low resources, so we're starting to run like less of the good cards, starting to go after other cards. Next, I run also 1 Torrential, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Solemn Warning, and then 1 Starlight Road. Well, you know why. These are basically, some of these are basically almost staples, but you know, yeah, but we're starting to rely to some of these, but you know, it just kind of sucks how some of these cards are getting hit. Alright, next for the extra deck. Extra deck, 1 Geysers. Geysers, he's good. He's really good, but I'm thinking about running 2. But I don't know if I should run 1 or 2. So I'm still trying to debate if I should run 1 or 2. Nextly, I run 2 Heraclinos. Alright, the reason, I know most people only run 1 in Glads, but the reason why I run 2 is because he's basically your beat stick. 3,000, you know, you can get over stuff with him so easily. I mean, and his effect is great. Just discard 1 card and negate. I love that personally. 1 Stardust Dragon, you know, for the Starlight Road. Onto the Exceeds, I run 1 Photon Papal Operative, 1 Steel Swarm, 1 Maestroke, 1 Gemnite Pearl, 1 Utopia, and that's the level 4s. I mean, they're decent, you know. I don't have a Cowboy right now, but I'm trying to get one, so he'll probably be an addition to that. Lastly, for the level 3s, there's not too many level 3s, but I just add these in here just in case, you know. Acid Golem, there's another beat stick, I guess you could say. 1 Levier, 1 Giga Brilliant. Why I run the Levier, though, is because I do side deck a Dimensional Fisher, and he can come in handy by bringing back some of your cards. So, yeah. And then, you know, Giga Brilliant, just way too good. And then for the next level 3s, I run 1 Tempo and 1 Muzarith, the String Digin. Basically, why I run these 2 Digins is because they're basically beat sticks against Ophion. They can take him down so quickly. Evil Storms, you know, as we all know, can be a huge problem, so that's why I run those. And lastly, for level 3, I run 1 Wind-Up Zenmaines. Then the extra deck, the side deck, I run 1 Leviathan. Leviathan is good, but I don't think he's like good in this deck though, the main deck, so that's why I do him. Monsters, 1 Cyber Dragon, you know why, special summon. Next, 1 Grand Mole. Grand Mole's way too good. I mean, he's like, the reason why I side deck a Grand Mole is because he's basically like your compulsory activation device now. Next, I run 1 MST for the side deck. You know, MST, it's like, I'll always put it in if I have to. There's a Dimensional Fisher I was talking about. And lastly, for the spells, I run 2 Prohibition. People also ask me this, why do you side deck it? Okay, basically, I side deck this if some people have crazy cards, I know, like in the deck, for example, spell books, like, you know, High Ruler, Priestess, just anyone, stop him down. Light Sworns, JD, knocks him down, you know, stuff like that. For the traps, I side deck a 2nd Mirror Force, Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. For the dark decks, you know, Twilights, etc. 1 Chariot, I side deck a 3rd one. I side deck a 3rd Defensive Tactics suit. And lastly, I side deck a Golden Apples. Golden Apples is really good, you know, and it leaves you open. So, guys, that was my Gladiator Beast deck 2013. Tell me in the comment section if you like it, if I should add any other cards in, you know. And yeah, this ban list is taking a toll on many decks, so I'll be releasing some decks in the future, like Light Sworns, Twilight, Chaos Agents, Fire Fists in the future. So I just gotta get some of the cards for them. So yeah, so just be on the lookout, and Nick the 14 here, and see you guys next time.